Today was probably the greatest, no, it was the greatest day for Drive. It was the most epic production ever. Basically, we started out with one mandate. We sat down as a group and we said, we have got to come up with the best show ever. It's a season finale, and if we have any chance or hope of getting season 3, it's gonna all hinge on this. So it's literally like our lives depended on it. All chips in, man. That was it. So we racked our brains and started thinking, what's the best thing to do? Well, what better thing than supercars, right? We took it straight to the top, and we found, or sourced, or tried, you're gonna see it anyway, we tried and failed, but we wanted to put together the country's top supercars and put them in an ultimate showdown where these guys are just gonna battle it out old school. And we needed somewhere to do this, and there's not a racetrack in the country that is long enough to let these cars stretch their legs. So we closed down an airport. Subic International Airport, the entire runway was ours for 3 hours. That's it. So we set out and we decided to go out there and just put these cars and let all these 5, 6, 7, 800 horsepower loose on the tarmac and see what happened. Checked into the Lighthouse because it is still the best hotel in Subic. Not just because they give me perfect parking. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Well, all right, got here finally. That was a 3-hour trip, not bad at all. Traffic was pretty light. Checking into the Lighthouse. Oh, it's always nice to come home here. You know, when I'm in Subic, there's really no other place to stay than the Lighthouse. You know, the preparation for this, I have to say, was absolutely mega. I want to sleep, but I can't sleep. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's my birthday tomorrow or Christmas or something like that. There's still a lot to get through, a lot of coordination, but wow, woo, this has been one hell of a day. Closing an airport is not easy. Hello. Hi, can you hear me? Names, permits, every single person needed to be documented. Have you got the flags? Flags, check. What about the cones? How many cones? They need to have cones to stop, to turn. Cones. The marshal's brief. List of drivers. The airport needs that. The airport needs everything. Plate numbers. No, we have to close it off. That's what it is. There's no exceptions. It's a rule. Okay, all right. We'll see you tomorrow. Early, like 5 a.m. Want to go to sleep. Have to go to sleep, really have to go to sleep, but you know how you can't sleep because it's like Christmas Day. I slept for a little while, but you know, I was so fidgety and so excited. I got up extra early that morning, jumped into my Ferrari. Let's just chat with the crew. The cars are arriving soon. I got a message that they're on the SE Techs already. Bad news first, Aventador is not showing up. Also, the F12 blew a tire. Good news, McLaren. Are we ready? Because when they get here, okay, this is very important. We only have 3 hours, not a minute over, okay? This is very strict because this is FAA regulations. Okay, so are we ready?
Ready.
No screw-ups, guys, no screw-ups. This is so important. This is the biggest show of Drive ever. Actually, it's the biggest show, yep, that's it. Biggest in motoring television history in this country, in the Philippines. It is a supercar showdown. It's happening now. Let's go.
All right.
Woo! For the win! There was, by the way, nothing went to plan. All that beautiful planning, none of it mattered. Thankfully, the Uber training was really good because the guerrilla-style shooting, they had to adapt. The team had to adapt, and they adapted beautifully. It was a matter of who showed up already, and we put together the story on the spot. The McLaren showed up. This is how we roll. This car was made for me. I was born to drive this car. Okay, this car is cutting-edge technology. This is Formula One in a road car. The handling is really precise. I mean, like just a small thing of the wheel and the way it turns. It's running on a carbon fiber chassis. So it is absolutely pinpoint accurate. Initial impressions, it is incredibly tight. I mean, incredible. I don't think I've driven anything quite as tight as this. Holy crap! What a car it was. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're in track mode. Okay, we're about 250. Oh my God. 260. 280. 290. 290. Lift off. Lift off. Lift off. God. Brake. Wow. Whoa. Holy cow. This 2.7 kilometer runway, it shortens it like that. Let's face it, you're not always on a runway, right? So with a car like this, I want to get the feel of how it feels like at low speed, and so far I can say it's pretty comfortable, it's pretty sophisticated. The ergonomics are good. It's hard to get in and out of this car. That part, well, that's a compromise sacrifice, but how do they say it? Tiis ganda. It's really driver oriented, completely focused on the driver. I'm loving the whole interior. The stitching is all matches the color of the car. Parking brake is electronic, which really spoils the party. No fun, no handbrake turns for you. It's 3 modes here. There we go. This is for the gearbox, and this is for the aero and the handling. So I'm going to set it all to track, and I can say without driving anything else that this is the winner. I don't know. I can't imagine anything beating this. All right, takes a little while for the twin turbos to spool up. So the beginning, you don't have that complete urgency, but I tell you what, after about 2,000 revs, when you get most of the torque, this thing starts to fly. It's a good thing we're in an airport, because we're about to take off. Yeah! 280. We just kissed 300. Wow. Wow. So I'm about to hop into the next car. I can't even tell you what it is. You know, if we were filming a regular episode of Drive, I'd have a shot list. Everything would be worked out for me. But this is how we roll today. Okay, those are some of the toys that showed up today. We're only picking 3. Joby, where are you? Here's a promise I'm going to make on cam. You lend me your car, I'll let you use the Segway.
Sounds good.
All right, deal! Woo! All right. Come on, let's go. That should be a lesson to all of you boys and girls. If you borrow a person's car, fill it up. It's a nice touch. No brainer, you're gonna have to fill up with fuel. And you wanna make sure it's a very good fuel and the fuel that's right for your engine. Well, supercars like this, where they like the premium stuff, a little bit greedy, they go for the 100 octane. It has to be at least Euro 4. So we're gonna put in some Blaze and just fill it up and make sure we got that and we don't run out of fuel, because on the track at 300 kilometers an hour, you're gonna go through quite a bit of fuel and you don't wanna keep leaving the track and coming back and filling up. So a good full tank will do you good. We've already done it, so I'm not gonna do it this time, but the engine's behind here. You're gonna wanna get a good oil. I would recommend an oil change because, well, let's face it, once you're going into the 300 kilometer an hour club, it's a different kind of stress on your engine. A lot of different tolerances will be put to the maximum test, and you want to make sure that the oil can handle that kind of extreme performance. Hi. Wow. First, I think in the world, definitely in the Philippines, drive-through for a convenience store. That's what I call convenience. Time to play with the Turbo S.
Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your pocket, that's all you need.
All right. Okay. Sige, I'm gonna go right. I'll just work with you guys. Yellow matches the car. Look at this. This is what it wants to be when it grows up. Look at that. How cool is that? All right, jump in. I'm not sure what to expect. I came from the McLaren. I can't imagine this beating the McLaren. With Porsche technology and Porsche drivability, all of a sudden it started to get interesting. Launch control is as simple as putting your foot on the brake, gassing it, and then releasing. And it will absolutely throw every morsel of power that it summons up, from the rear, force of habit, from the rear engine, and throw that down to the wheels and get absolute traction. Got left foot on the brake, right foot, launch control, activated! Oh, whoa! Sorry, you have to bleep that. See the glasses fall off my head? I mean, literally flew off my head and ended up somewhere deep there in the back. It was insane. Oh my God! Oh my God! I mean, the speed was just like building and building and building and building and building. I'm not even gonna talk. Okay, I felt a bit of crosswind there. It's pushing me, it's pushing me. Oh my God, it's not running out. It's not running out, it's not running out of steam. You don't want to take your eyes anywhere else except dead straight in front of you, because I'm telling you, at 300 kilometers an hour, the road passes really quickly. 1 second could be 200 meters. Even after a full mile, a complete mile, this thing still got power. I would really think that you would run out of power at the end of the runway. I feel 8 years old all over again. Where's my glasses? You know, I'll be honest with you, and I hope when the owner watches this, he doesn't take any offense. Let's put it back in sport. No disrespect to Porsche. As I mentioned before, and I'll say it over and over again, I am a Porsche fanatic. I love my 911s because I think they're the purest. They deliver the purest driving experience with the least compromises, and they are so damn reliable. I just was expecting an Aventador and an F12. So come on, you know, it was like to come down to a 911 turbo. But this was massaged. This was tuned a little bit. This wasn't straight off the factory floor. This was pushing out somewhere around 670 horsepower. When I heard 911 turbo, I was like, okay, well, we gotta do what we gotta do. After driving this thing, I take it all back. I am sorry I doubted you, Porsche. I really am. This car is amazing. But is it amazing enough to take on the McLaren and what I'm about to jump in next? It's over there. All right. All right, the third car, this is it. All we need to do is me try this out, and then it's game on, man. It's gloves off, it's a battle to the death, mano a mano. I heard the guy saying, did we bring a V-box, did we bring a this? No, we do it the old school way, man. It's last one to the checkered flag is a vegetarian. So let's check this car out. Ford GT, pure muscle, look at it. Actually, you don't need to say anything anymore about it, just walk around and take a look at it. Tell me that you don't want to just lick this car. I mean, look at it. Look at it, look at it, look at it. You want to lick it. It's just so nice. I mean, and in that color as well. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, the racing stripes. It just screams American muscle. And I really can't wait to get my hands on this car. I've always wanted to drive this car since I was this high, maybe that high, ever since I used to see the old GT40s racing in the 60s. Not that I was born in the 60s, I'm talking about old footage, of course. And when they made this car in 2005, I thought, oh my God, one day, I'm gonna get my hands on one of these. Today is that day. Look at the door. How cool is this? You coming? Join me for the ride. We've awoken the monster. Easy, boy, easy. Oh my God, when you start the car, it is really, I mean, it's like poking a bear in the eye. I mean, it's a, the way it just growls and gets angry. Yeah. You know what? Forget the specs, because you can Google this car and you're not going to know what it does, because this one is completely tuned. So, 05-06, 2-year production, 4,500 units were made. or 4,500 units were planned. Okay, then there was this huge surge. There was a huge demand for the car, and funnily enough, in the first year they were all snapped up, waiting lists, and you know, only super celebrities and stuff were able to do it, get their hands on one. I think one of the famous owners of this was Jay Leno. Then again, he owns everything, right? He owns all the supercars you can think of. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm gonna do a mile run here in the car, and when I catch my breath, I've never driven this car before, so this is completely raw, no practices whatsoever. First gear, handbrake down, good seating position, decent anyway. I'll let that guy go first. Oh my God! Oh my God! Did you see? Of course you didn't see that! Oh my God! Oh my God! Son of a... What is this thing? Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! I don't. What the heck? What is this thing? This is possessed. Okay, I gotta do it again and again and again and again. That was a truly awful run. I apologize to the purists out there. Still getting used to the car. I think the supercharger is just so powerful, and the tuning so powerful that I'm not quite driving it at its boiling point, if that makes sense. I need to find the boiling point of this car, and I need to get used to this transmission. So I was getting a little bit of a bog at some point. Now that's more my fault than the car's fault. I'm not gonna make excuses here. This thing is as analog as possible. This thing's crazy. It's crazy. I was fishtailing at the third gear. It's not right. This should not be legal. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this a bit better than I did before, okay? So focus, not too much revs, because 800 horsepower, straight to the back, manual, pop the clutch, it's just gonna fishtail everywhere. Whoa. Yeah, it's just power. Can you even hear me? I can't hear myself. On the runway, you don't see the car anymore, and you can still hear it. It's just echoing and echoing and echoing. It's like a fighter jet is about to land in Subic International Airport, and I was the pilot, baby. For once, I'm lost for words. This cannot be your only car. This has to be like your 5th or 6th car for me, as far as I'm concerned. Woo! Wow, wow, what a ride. Okay, there's a saying, never meet your heroes. They obviously never met the Ford GT. A lot of compromises, probably the most compromises of all the cars I've driven today, but the personality, it's just screaming at you. I mean, it makes up for it with just the personality, the sound, the engine right here. It feels like you're wearing it like a knapsack. That's how powerful it is. It's just like, yeah, wearing a jetpack yourself. Getting it on the gas, you gotta be really, really careful. I don't know who's gonna win, but we're gonna find out. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, boys. Bring them up. Go. Let's go. We're good? Okay, we've cooled the cars down. Everyone's cooled down. This is it, folks. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. You good? We're good here? All right. Each car has gone out several times. Me driving, some of the owners driving. We've done it back to back, side to side. It's the first time we're gonna put them in the same line. I'm gonna jump in the 911 because I just find it to be the most drivable car for me, and I just love the launch control because I think I'm gonna whoop them with the launch control. I'm gonna be probably 2, 3, 4 cars ahead before they know even what's happened. So come on. I'm gonna be carrying a handicap because you gotta come in with me, all right? Let's go. I wanted to drive the Porsche because I found it to be the easiest car to drive. The McLaren, very fast, but a little tricky. The Ford GT definitely needs a little bit more involvement from the driver, and to get the most out of it, I wanted the owner to represent his own car. He knows his own car very well, he drives it, he enjoys it, so let him do that. This is it. Wait, handbrake. Oh. Wait, where's my handbrake? That would be disastrous. Can you imagine doing it with a handbrake? Okay, I'm nervous because I want to win this. So I sat there in the Porsche, sitting there watching the flag girl, just waiting. I just wanted to see. I wanted to get perfect reaction time because I thought this is my chance. I think if I'm going to have a chance to win this thing, I need to have launch control and I need to start really, really quick. So I had it, I activated launch control. When that thing just surged, I took off and it was like 4 car lengths immediately. These guys were nowhere. And then I started taking off like that. I saw the McLaren starting to catch up and I was thinking, okay, he's catching, but I got this, I got this. Oh God, he's catching. Son of a, no! And then out of the blue, I thought, well, where's the Ford GT? It's nowhere. He's got, well, no traction control, so it's all wheel spin in the beginning. He has a couple of gears to go through. It's not as fast as a DSG or a PDK of a Porsche. So this guy gets lagged behind. It's embarrassing, actually, compared to the 2 cars. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with the Ford GT? There must be a problem. No! Where's that Ford GT? Where's that Ford GT? And next thing, just as I'm sort of getting a little bit neck and neck with the McLaren, from nowhere, at the most alarming rate, the closing in of the Ford GT was it was scary. It was actually scary. It was like a monster coming up to eat us. I mean, I was like, oh, what the hell is that? I can't believe this! The Ford GT's catching me! No! Look at the way it's accelerating! Son of a... Oh my God! Oh my God, who won? I seriously don't know who won. You know, when I actually stopped there and crossed the line, I really, genuinely didn't know who won. Who won? Does anyone know? Nobody knows who won. Now, when I say I didn't know who won, I mean, it might look pretty clear to you when you see the video, but you know, you're sitting in a couch watching a television set when you're doing 300 kilometers an hour. Trust me, things are happening so fast and your vision is really trained on just making sure the car doesn't either lift off, take off, hit a bump, hit something. So you're always on the lookout. So I don't have time to check, but eventually it turned out that the GT won the mile challenge. But there was nobody who came close to the 0 to 100 time of the Porsche 911 Turbo S. And then I would say the 200 was definitely won by the McLaren. So 0 to 200, definitely McLaren. 0 to 100, it's the Porsche 911. And then the mile challenge was the big daddy of them all, the Ford GT. We started out with a mission to come up with the best possible episode of Drive. We not only did that, we had the best day ever. Well, it's been an incredible episode of Drive. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed putting it together for you. I'll admit, I'll be perfectly honest, it was a tough one. I mean, the logistics alone in putting this together were an absolute nightmare. And we really couldn't have done it without the help of a lot of people. I mean, sometimes you say this just as a token, but this is not one of those times. We literally could not have done this and pulled this off without the help of track hose. These guys were just incredible from the very beginning. They were on board, they helped us even with all the chopping and the changing. They were there and they made it happen for us. George Ramirez and his group, they helped put us together with the airport, and they gave us that opportunity to do this, and they really managed that for us. The cones, the marshals, and all of that, each one played a vital role here, and we just can't thank them enough. There's also the lighthouse that gave us fantastic room there. I mean, it's my preferred place anyway, so to be in a supercar and also stay in a super hotel, or at least the best hotel I think in Subic, it just goes hand in hand. It's just a best match. Speaking of which, Petron, would like to thank Petron for all this, the help, the support that they've given us, not just for this episode, but for the entire season. It's all part of what makes it, what fuels Drive. We've done this, we love doing what we do, but we can't do it without the support of all these people. And of course, there's all the guys and girls. There's just too many to actually name them. We had over 30 crew just for this episode alone. Can't go through every single person's name, but the entire production team, they really went out of their way. They really pulled a great one this time. This is one of those episodes where you're so proud of your own team because everyone has a job here and everyone pulled it together. So I don't know how we could have done it, but all I know is that together, including you guys who have supported season 1 and season 2, we've made it this far with enough support. There's definitely going to be a season 3, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to bigger, brighter, and better things. I hope you are too, because there's just so much out there in the open road, and we really just want to tell the story the Driveway.